Hello and welcome to Texans Talk Money. I'm Kyla, your host and a peer financial coach at Texans Smart. Every episode, we will be joined by another peer financial coach from my office, where we will be navigating all the roads on how to handle your money as a college student. So sit back and get your wallets ready to be Texans Smart. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Texans Talk Money. I am Kyla, if you've never listened to this episode or this podcast before, and today we are joined by two of my other peer coaches in the office. I'll let these gentlemen introduce themselves.
So I'm Hector Navarrete. I'm a criminal justice major from Eagle Pass, Texas, and I'm also one of the peer financial coaches here at Texans Smart, and I'm going to pass it on to the guy next to me.
My name's Seth Miller. I'm a business management major. This is actually my last semester here at Tarleton. Bittersweet. I'm from Mesquite, Texas, and this is my second podcast. So, Kyla, thank you for having me back. I'm excited to be here.
I'm glad to have everybody back. I do have a few announcements before we start today's episode. So, if y'all haven't heard, in our very first episode this semester, we advertised paranormal activity. That is still going on. If you want to keep up to date with that, you can go to our Instagram, our Facebook, or DM us on any of that if you haven't seen anything about it. So participate in that. There's a Stanley Cup at stake there, so a good prize. And I know Seth and Hector have stuff going on in the office right now that is honestly really entertaining from what I've heard, so I'll let them explain what they have going on.
All right, so during Family Weekend, I had the Family Financial Feud. It was a great success. So now I'm just really trying to make a smaller family feud so we can present it to classes and students can actually interact with that, and just a good way for us to get exposure on campus. But that's pretty much it right now, what I'm doing.
Awesome.
So my event on campus currently, we're doing a thing called Cash Cart, which if you've ever heard of Cash Cab, you hop in, they drive you around, you play trivia questions, and then the ones you get right, you get cash for. So obviously we can't do it to the extent that they may be able to, right? But we can, we do give out $1 for each right question. Currently it's if you get 5 right, you get $5, and then you can do double or nothing, which we've only had one person get, which was pretty cool. But if you don't get any right, or let's say you get 3 wrong and you're out, you don't win any money, you at least get a free ride. So if it's from the football field all the way to the education building, you're getting a free ride regardless. And it's just been a great time. It's kind of nice to just drive around on campus, say hey to everybody we know, and then meet new people. So it's been pretty cool.
Well, thank y'all for sharing that. And also, if y'all want to keep up to date with those events, check out our Instagram and our Facebook. So now that all that's out of the way, let's get into this episode today. It's probably going to be one of my favorite ones that we do because it's all about Tarleton. It's all about traditions, and homecoming week for all of us is next week. And I think we're all pretty fired up about the traditions since Tarleton is a very tradition-based school. There's
Absolutely.
I know there's a lot of other universities out there that have traditions, but it's like their students don't really know about them maybe, or not everybody participates. Here, everybody participates.
Yeah, no, tradition is probably the biggest selling point for Tarleton, but at the same time, it's what makes Tarleton so unique and special, kind of like you were saying, Kyla. Homecoming week is where it's at. It's a majority of our traditions are that week. It's, in my opinion, my favorite week of the entire year. I may or may not have stayed an extra semester for that. No, I'm kidding. I didn't. It's because class. But I do live for HOCO, and most people I know do the same, so.
Yeah, same thing here. I love my first year was last year, and just seeing homecoming, how it plays out, all the traditions, and everybody getting involved. It just made me love Tarleton even more. So I'm really excited for this upcoming week.
Absolutely.
I know it's my last homecoming here too, so I'm going to try to live it up as much as I can.
As much as we can, yeah.
But we actually have one of our coaches in the office. She's not on this episode today, but Kez, she's part of SGA, and I know she's been working so hard at putting all this homecoming stuff together and seeing her work it. It's really interesting to see parts of behind the scenes stuff that she does.
But Absolutely. Yeah. It's kind of a different perspective to what I've ever seen homecoming at before. Seeing how they actually choose judges for Yale and do things like that has been a pretty unique experience.
Yeah.
So
I know if y'all want to, we can start talking about some of the major traditions we have here day by day. chronologically, yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it is. I guess one of the first things we do just to kick off homecoming is lighting of the smokestack.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't miss lighting of the
Yeah.
smokestack. It's what commences, homecoming week. It's what It's kind of like the bat signal in Batman. You know what I mean? Lighting the smokestack, the lights in the sky. You see it all week long, and you know that it's homecoming week. That's probably one of the most unique experiences. And this year, it's the 100th year of them lighting the smokestack.
That's pretty cool.
Or actually, no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's the 100 years of the smokestack. So they'll also be having like some special events there. I'm actually pretty excited for that. I'll definitely be at that event. So.
And I know they also announced our homecoming court at that. We've been voting, and people have been going through that for about a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
it's exciting.
should
I
be
know.
interesting to see who's all on that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm really excited for that one.
Then after Sunday, we have our second day, which is a bit more packed full of things. We have the Silver Bugle Hunt. I don't know, have any of y'all ever done that?
I personally haven't done that. From what I've heard, there's a lot of running involved in the Silver Bugle Hunt, and I'm not much of a runner.
I've never done it as well, but this year on that second day, I'll be participating in it. So I'm really hoping to win. It'll be really nice
It'll
to
be
win.
exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So have y'all heard like the actual backstory as to why we have the Silver Bugle Hunt?
From what I know, it was a rivalry when we were JTAC versus NTAC, which I believe is UNT now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
And when the winner of that game would traditionally be awarded with a Silver Bugle. Well, one year, I guess the bugle was lost, and so it kind of became a tradition to always hunt for the bugle. Apparently, the original bugle has never been found. So if you find it, that's pretty baller.
Yeah.
Somebody
yeah.
turns up with 2 silver bugles at the end of the contest.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, whoa, where'd you get the other one? That's the original. Yeah, you win forever at that point.
I think the next thing we have on that day is Midnight Madness. I've
yes.
never gone to Midnight
yes.
Madness.
I love
so-
basketball. I go to every single home game we have. I'm a big basketball
Yeah.
guy, but I'm really excited for that because it gets really kind of loud in there, and just all you get to meet all the basketball players
Yeah.
and the teams. So I love basketball. So yeah,
Oh, Midnight Madness is a ton of fun, and the Tarleton basketball, experience is something else. They're so competitive. The students get really rowdy. It's a pretty awesome experience. For
Yeah.
those who haven't been, I highly recommend it.
our gym is not the biggest, so being just right there to the basketball team is oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, you're just up and personal, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
I might have to go this year, so it might be something I have to add to my list. But
absolutely.
I think the second day is probably one of my, or not the second day, but the third day is probably one of my favorite days that we have that week. We have launching of the duck, and then we have purple pancakes. Launching of the duck's one of my favorite events. I don't know what y'all's thoughts are on that, but
I think
for
it's a pretty cool experience. It's kind of like ceremonial in a way.
Yeah.
Everybody gets really into it, and it's pretty cool. But I'll say personally, I love purple pancakes
Oh,
because
yeah.
9 times out of 10, especially during homework, homecoming, we've got midterms, and I'm up late doing homework, and now I've got an alert that there's purple pancakes at the dining hall. I'm gonna be there. You know what I mean? It's free food, and they often they'll have eggs, sausage. It's like you're eating breakfast at midnight. It's really
Yeah.
fun.
I really like that third day. I feel like it makes the school come together. It's
Yeah.
not it's really fun, but it's not going crazy and stuff. It's more like the launching of the ducks. It's very heartwarming seeing
Yeah.
the freshmen, the first time them doing it,
Absolutely.
writing their or the things they want to accomplish at Tarleton. It just makes it a lot more heartwarming. And then purple pancake is just really cool seeing everyone at midnight kind of
Yeah,
hanging out. So
absolutely.
I know whenever me and my friends go to Purple Pancakes, we always put on our pajamas and then we just go stand in line all night long. Sometimes they'll I think they'll throw glow sticks at you
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
It's kind of a little on-campus party in a way. They
Yeah.
make it really fun. They have music there. It's a great way to meet more people.
Definitely.
When you're standing in line and all you have to do is talk.
yeah, it's crazy seeing the line though from dining hall to the fine arts or the ultra, which is all the way that's
Oh, yeah,
really
no,
long.
That's
but
a pretty long line.
makes it cool seeing everyone there.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Yeah, so what about the fourth day? What's going on the fourth day, y'all?
Well, the fourth day is it's one of our personal favorites. It's the infamous yell contest,
Yep.
which is probably that holds some of my favorite Tarleton memories. I mean, from practicing for yell, from competing in yell. One thing I feel like I want to point out there is you get out there and you're in front of the entire school. So all your peers, you see a lot of people you know, and I don't think there's ever been a single time when I was doing it that I actually knew what I was saying. It was like I just went black, and then all of a sudden we were done and we were running off.
What makes the contest like a really cool thing is like the work you put into it, because it's not just like a weeks long of just hard work. It's like a month, 2 months of just like learning the lyrics.
Absolutely.
Writing the yell is another thing, and then just like learning the dance moves and stuff. It makes it really cool. And then once you get out there, it's like sometimes you blank and you're just like, oh.
Yeah. No, it's pretty nerve-wracking, dude. You've got every single student in campus. They're either watching it live or they are in there watching the contest.
It makes it really cool. And then winning it is really cool as well. I haven't been able to win it, which I hope we're able to win it this year.
That'd be pretty cool.
But being able to see like the actual, like for example, like the fraternity or sorority winning it just looks really cool. So that'll be a nice goal to accomplish.
Well, and for the orgs that win, they then get to lead the snake dance, following yell down to the beating of the drum and start that, which is a pretty unique experience as well.
I know y'all had a pretty interesting yell contest last year with experiences with Tarleton and then our rival football team that we played that year.
Yeah.
With, I think, some Instagram stuff that I heard.
I think we got posted.
And
they were like, I want to say they were trying to talk smack, like, oh, what is this, Tarleton? And then one of their alum from Sam Houston straight up was like, it's called tradition, something that we need more of.
It was actually the main cover was our other peer financial coach, Bryson. He was the main guy on the video. But yeah, that was kind of funny seeing that.
It is pretty fun to see the different themes that everybody does. You really don't know what people are going to do for their yell until they're there. And then you can kind of get an idea when you see them show up in their costume, but it's when you're sitting there watching them and then you can pick out what songs they used that makes it so, unique and exciting.
Ours was kind of obvious when we pulled up because we were wearing cowboy boots, jorts, and like cut off shirts. So you can kind of tell it was country. This year's a lot different from
which we can't spoil it.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all on Wednesday.
I guess we'll just have to show up to see it.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess it'll have to be a yell.
But I think, like what y'all just said earlier, the winning team of that starts beating the drum for this year's homecoming.
So I want to say it goes, you snake dance down, and then
Plowboys beat.
Plowboys start it, and then as soon as they're done beating the drum, it's the winners that initially begin to beat, which is a pretty cool experience. Beating of the drum. Your org will do it for, an hour at a time. So you definitely want to get them out of your friends there. You'll start to get pretty tired.
Especially the early times, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
It's really early.
I know my organization, we have a 2 to 3 a.m. spot that Thursday morning.
Oh, my gosh. Oof, you don't have class on Friday, do you?
Never.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, it's kind of cool seeing, the drum beating that it literally starts there and doesn't end till the home football game starts, which is, it keeps going. That's kind of I've never heard another school do that. So
I haven't either. Yeah. I feel like that's probably one of my favorite traditions. Honestly, even when you have that early morning, time slot, it's such a fun experience.
Yeah.
Lots of memories made there. I know the history behind that's also kind of cool. So whenever INTAC and whenever Tarleton was JTAC or John Tarleton Agriculture College, they had their bonfire, the original bonfire. I'm pretty sure it was just like a trash pit, but the people would stand around it and protect the bonfire from INTAC lighting it and flying over with planes and lighting it. And the drum beating would be them guarding it in their response to homecoming and just the homecoming bonfire, trying to protect it from that other school lighting it, which is
absolutely
kind of interesting.
And I feel like that's the history to our traditions at Tarleton are so there's something else.
Yeah. So for the 5th day of homecoming, we have a little purple out picnic or the concert. That's something I never miss. I haven't missed since I've been here. I love that.
Oh, I do too. I think last year, what was it? Casey Donahue, which was so cool. I'm
crazy.
A huge Casey Donahue fan, so that was pretty unique. I don't know who it is this year. I haven't.
William Clark Green.
Yep.
Oh, that's going to be a good one too.
Yeah.
So it'll be packed. That's probably one of my. It's a free concert for Tarleton students. I mean, we literally just get to walk over there and
free food.
Yeah, and free food. It's a great time.
I think last year my roommate and I we threw our belts on stage and Casey Casey Donahue signed our belts.
Oh, that
So
is
that was
awesome,
fun.
man. I think I got a sweatshirt signed by him, which hindsight being 2020, that probably wasn't smart because I've been watching it. Now the signature's starting to fade, but no, it was pretty cool. Let's see.
And then it's the 100 years of the TTS as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So purple
Now, is that
team.
TTS and TTP?
No, just TTS.
Just TTS.
Yes.
Okay. Which that's really exciting as well.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know what TTS is, it's the 10 Tarleton sisters
Yeah.
or 10 female poo. So it's their 100 years of being around.
Yeah, I love the poo, especially Sister Speedy. She's my favorite.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
That's your shout out.
That's
My favorite one
shout-out.
graduated, dude. That's the only one I got a poo sign from.
Yeah,
Good old brother nature.
I see her every day, and her poo costume is, of course, and I always say hi to her. 'Cause
Yeah.
she's really nice.
And then day 6. Day 6 is really exciting because alumni start to return, and Tarleton is such a, once you leave, it's still your home in a sense. I know people that have been graduated for 10 plus years, and when it comes to homecoming, they'll still come back and make it to the game. And it's so exciting to, see some of your friends that have been graduated for a while that haven't been able to come back, make their return. That's probably one of my favorite, aspects of HOCO week, getting to see, old friends and things like that.
I love seeing the alumni come back. How we say the gates are always open, so it's
Yeah.
like it's really heartwarming seeing them come back, and they're still at home.
Yeah,
and just being able
absolutely.
to see them here and there, it's really nice.
It's really cool.
And I think probably, I'm going to say majority of people's favorite homecoming tradition, probably my absolute favorite homecoming tradition, is our bonfire.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Best thing about homecoming, in my opinion, probably spend like how long, like a month or two
Oh,
building that
they
thing.
start, I want to say, at like the start of the semester.
Okay.
Yeah.
They spend a lot of time, and I want to say every year they make it bigger. I'm pretty sure that it's the biggest bonfire in the state of Texas.
yeah.
And it shows when you go there. You can feel that heat off that fire pretty much all,
yeah.
a
It's gonna be
football field's distance away.
it's gonna be different because last year, I'm not sure if y'all went last year, but it was really cold. This year it's gonna be like maybe around the 60s.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a lot different. But last year was extremely cold, so that helped the bonfire just being huge.
I know my friends and I, every single year, we always go like whenever, probably 3 or 4 hours earlier. We get that very front spot and we just sit there until everybody gets out there.
Oh, yeah.
We
Now, if you want a good spot, you have to get there early.
Yeah.
Because just about everybody at school goes.
And I know whenever we sit there and the fire just like roars, you get like kind of a sunburn from how
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
at that distance you still
Yeah.
get like a redness on your face from how
Absolutely.
hot that fire is.
No, it's pretty insane. Just with how big it is too.
Yeah.
It's surreal. And then day 7 is obviously the infamous, Saturday of homecoming. We've got the football game, the parade, the tailgate.
Yeah.
That is hands down my favorite day of the week.
For sure, the
personally.
parade. I like the
Dude,
parade.
I love the parade.
Just waking up kind of early, around like 9 in the morning, starts at 10, and
Mm-hmm.
being able to see all the community lined up outside, throwing candy to the kids.
It's not just Tarleton students. It's
Yeah.
it's the entire Stephenville community that come out for that parade.
And I feel like that really makes like the community come closer to Tarleton, just being able
Absolutely.
to like them see like our hard work and stuff, and just how much we embrace the traditions. So
Yeah.
I really like that.
Absolutely. My favorite thing about really any football game is the tailgate. It's middle of the day. You're out there with your friends. Maybe you've got other college football games going. You're cooking food. You just get to see. It's really confined into one area, so you get to see everybody. It's a pretty fun experience.
Yeah, it's a good way to lead up to the football game. Just
Oh,
being,
absolutely.
Just being able to be with everybody and just have a good time.
Yeah.
I know, Hector, you play, I think, a significant spot at your tailgating
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
spot.
So I am the DJ for our fraternity, so I guess music makes everything a lot more fun.
Yeah.
My speakers do get a little too loud sometimes,
They get a
but
little loud.
it makes everybody in our fraternity and all our friends and stuff have a good time. So yeah, I love doing that.
Absolutely. My favorite thing to do at tailgate is probably play cornhole. I
Oh,
get
yeah.
stuck on those cornhole boards. I'll get off to get a brisket sandwich, and then I'll be right back on. So,
But yeah, after all that, we have our final event of homecoming week, the football game.
the football game.
Do any of y'all know who we're playing this year?
Moorhead State, I
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
So it should be a good game. Hopefully we win. Last week we had a little bit of an upset.
Yeah, I hope we beat them. It'll be a good way to end off homecoming week.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, ending HOCO with a win is definitely the way to go.
Yep.
Just makes the rest of the semester, it's just a good atmosphere. You know what I mean? Everybody's cheery, in a good mood. If we lose, I mean, we're still in a good mood, but it is,
I
a
hope
little
we win.
heartbreaking. Yeah.
I know a lot of alumni and parents will be there, so I hope we break that
absolutely.
record again. The most people in attendance, because it'll be pretty cool. But yeah, I love the football game as well.
It was like 20 something thousand.
22,000, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was packed last year for homecoming, and I'm sure it will be this year. Then,
yeah, a lot more
with the
students.
expansions they've made to the stadium. Yeah, no, it'll be really cool.
Well, I look forward to hopefully beating that record again.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I can't think of anything else. Have we missed anything about homecoming week for this year?
As far as I know, that's all the traditions we always go to.
Just go to class for sure.
Definitely don't miss class. It's tempting during homecoming week. There's a lot of late nights, but I would definitely still go to your class.
Yeah.
So
especially when professors like put tests right on homecoming week, kind of makes it a little harder.
Kind of. I will say this: it kind of tests you as a college student. Like if you can ace a test. I remember I had one year where I had a test an hour before Yale started, which was a little hectic, and I did have to show up in my Yale costume to take that test. So I want to say all my friends in the class kind of looked at me a little different after that. But
getting an A during
during homecoming week,
that's a
it's
flex
something
for
else.
sure.
Really, to me, it was just passing. But
Yeah.
that might be why I'm here an extra semester. So,
But yeah, I think that's honestly all we have today for this. But thank you all for being on the podcast episode today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Of course, I would love to have y'all back if we can.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for everybody listening, thank y'all for tuning in today. We won't be having an episode next week. We're taking a break for homecoming, trying to give everybody kind of a relaxed schedule. But yeah, thank y'all for listening again. And don't forget, be well, be ready, be Texan smart. Bye, y'all.